remaining 25,348 points. The designated real estate has been converted into a store with a total area of 3,078 square meters. The surrounding streets will also be included in the protection range. Do you want to partition it now? After partitioning, resources will be automatically generated for profit. Su Ping, hearing this, smiled like a cunning merchant. Can you cultivate equipment to economical? As expected, it's invincible. Then he circled an area of 300 square meters on the map to use as a residence, first ensuring the safety of his mother and younger sister. At the same time, in the area Su Ping drew, all kinds of equipment for living appeared in an instant. Anna, next to him, was secretly startled. Some mysterious force is creating items from nothing, and unlike ordinary creatures, the energy source to maintain them is a real thing that can exist forever. Our supreme god probably can't do it to this extent. Where does this energy come from? Su Ping continued to circle areas on the map. The system displayed, continuing to mark 1 out of 10 areas on the map as a reception and office area. With a ding, the sound of completion rang out. Many office equipment were created immediately. Then Su Ping drew 1/5 as a pet food area. Finally, he used the remaining areas as a nurturing and testing area. Then the system reminded, partitioning is complete. The number of nurturing pools has increased from 25 to 50. Su Ping, without hesitation, directly bought 25 level to nurturing pools. After buying them, he had 348 points left. He was poor again. Then he asked the employee what authority the system had. The system reiterated, can use the nurturing space, the shadow clone nurturing function, and follow the store owner to the training area every week. Do you want to arrange authority? Su Ping smiled and confirmed the authorization. With these authorities, it was enough to maintain the daily operation of the store. Su Lingyu's mother and daughter, seeing the upgraded store, were both stunned. For a moment, they felt like they had gone to the wrong place and didn't dare to enter. The area of the store had expanded several times, and there were also dragon god statues on both sides. Even the walls outside the store were meticulously decorated. The quality of the store had increased tenfold. This was clearly a high-end consumption place. Su Ping, seeing this, laughed. Everyone's here. Did you bring enough things? Old Mu outside the door said, Su Ping, Boss Su, the luggage has been packed and loaded onto the car. If there's nothing else, we'll take our leave. Su Ping, while directing the car to hold the goods, said, okay, go back and move the things in. At this moment, Su Lingyu asked in confusion, brother, they had people from the moving company come early in the morning and move all the things in the house. What's going on? I still have to go to school. Li Qingru also showed a look of doubt. Why has our store changed completely? Su Ping, hearing this, smiled slightly. That's a long story. I've already asked for a leave of absence from school now. Let's go inside. There's a lot of excitement going on inside. Many students want to send their star pets for nurturing and also want to ask for ANNA's phone number. Anna coldly said, don't cut in line, you insects. Then she was asked by Su Ping not to call customers that. Anna today was dressed in a professional store employee outfit, attracting the eyes of many young men. Everyone was looking at her. Anna looked at Su Ping and asked, it's just a bunch of insects. There are a lot of customers. Where are you going? Su Ping didn't even look at her and directly waved his hand, indicating that he had something to do and told her to take care of the store. Su Lingyu wandered around the area. When she saw the swimming pool, she couldn't help but exclaim, this is a private swimming pool. Su Ping pretended to be mysterious. There are many more interesting things waiting. Let's go to your new room. Su Lingyu's heart was full of joy. She couldn't believe it, looking at everything. This is my new bedroom. This place is much more comfortable than our old bed. Su Ping didn't stop and continued to take his mother and daughter around. Li Qingru couldn't help but ask her son, this house must be very expensive, right? Su Ping smiled. Don't worry. Some wealthy customers in the city paid generously. Last time, I nurtured star pets for them. They were satisfied with the results and spent money without thinking. This amount of money is insignificant to them. In the future, everyone can rest assured living here. If the house is too big, I'll hire some helpers to clean and cook. Lee Kingru, hearing this, happily smiled, no need. Since retiring, I've only had these housework to pass the time. Su Lingyu smiled mischievously. Brother, who is the beautiful and lovely girl in the store just now? Su Ping, hearing this, secretly mocked, gentle and lovely. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with her. Thinking that they would be coming and going every day and would meet, it would be better to introduce them, he replied. She's a new employee. Lee Kingru immediately revealed a knowing smile. Mom understands you. Invite her to have a meal together at noon. Su Ping, for a moment, revealed a look of embarrassment. Shortly after, it was lunchtime. Anna, at Su Ping's request, came to have a meal with his family. Anna politely said, "Hello, auntie, hello, younger sister." Lee Kingru inquired, "Little girl, what's your name?" She smiled elegantly. "My name is Anna." Su Lingyu, next to her, said, "Your hair is so beautiful, can I touch it?" Su Ping immediately raised his hand to stop her. Anna, on the contrary, said, "Go ahead." Su Lingyu, with a fascinated expression, touched it and was very fond of it. "It's so soft and smooth." Lee Kingru opened her mouth again. "Anna, where are you from? How old are you this year? Do you have a boyfriend?" Su Ping, hearing this, almost spat out all the rice. Anna smiled and replied, "I'm from out of town. I'm a foreigner. I'm only 18 years old. I don't intend to find a boyfriend." Su Ping, while wiping his mouth, muttered to her, "Very good. In front of them, you're really gentle." Anna immediately changed her expression. "It's just an employee's duty. If you don't like it, I can act weirder." Su Ping, hearing this, immediately coughed a few times, covering it up and pretending to wipe his mouth. "Cough, cough, that's good," he secretly mocked. Lee Kingru asked again, "There are only two of you in the store right now. Are you very busy?" Anna replied, "With the current amount of customers, there's no problem. If one person does it, it's a bit tiring." Su Lingyu, hearing this, immediately revealed a look of admiration. "Sister is so amazing. I saw hundreds of customers in the store." Su Ping, hearing this, secretly praised Anna's ability. With just one more person to help her, he wouldn't have to go to the store during the day. He looked at the painting in the storage space. It seems that Miss Tang is still trapped inside. Not releasing her isn't convenient for planting the star pattern spirit tree. Should I release her? She might be useful now. Suddenly, the system reminder rang out, detected that the host needs more people. A temporary employee contract has been issued. Temporary employees do not have the right to use the store's functions. Reaching to 100 points can be upgraded to a full-time employee. Below 60 points, all will be forcibly turned into pets. Su Ping looked at the temporary contract in his hand and revealed a sinister smile. "Very good, very perfect." Then he opened the book and threw Tang Ryan out of the painting. Tang Ryan was unexpectedly pulled out like this, tumbling a few times and landing in front of Su Ping. This time, standing in a spacious room, she looked at Su Ping with a puzzled expression. "What do you want to do?" Su Ping slowly took out the contract and said, "Take off your shoes first. Otherwise, you'll be the one cleaning later." Tang Ryan looked at the surroundings. "This place looks like an ordinary bedroom. Could it be this person's house?" And now he's alone, with no star pets by his side. There's also no feeling of experts around. It's really unguarded. As long as I seize the opportunity and break the window, I can escape. She didn't think much anymore. Her feet forcefully surged up, directly aiming for the window next to her. Looking through the window, it was only a foot away. She was secretly happy. "After I return, I will summon all the elites of the Tang family to let him know what the price is for imprisoning me." The young mistress of the Tang family. A loud crash rang out. Tang Ryan's entire body slammed into the window, and the window didn't move. She was also hit until her head was dizzy and her eyes were blurred. She couldn't believe it and touched the bump on her head. "What is this window? Why is it so hard?" Suddenly, her stomach began to rumble. "Damn it. It must be because I've been locked up for so many days without food that I'm so weak. What a despicable guy." Su Ping suddenly stood up from the bed with a cold face. In his hand, he was holding a bag of freshly baked buns. Tang Ryan looked at Su Ping approaching and angrily shouted, "What do you want to do?" Su Ping, hearing this, smiled slightly. "Of course, I'm thinking about how to squeeze out the value on your body." Tang Ryan, seeing this, was frightened in an instant and retreated in a panic. Don't have any evil intentions." Su Ping didn't say anything more and slowly extended his hand towards her. Tang Ryan quickly used both hands to protect her great chest, gritting her teeth and saying, "I will never let you do that," only to see Su Ping slowly spread his hand, revealing the hot bun that was still steaming. Looking at Su Ping holding the bun and sitting next to her, her face was also stunned for a moment. She didn't know what he was thinking in his heart. Tang Ryan gritted her teeth and said, "Do you want to humiliate me with this? We of the Tang family are all professionally trained. Even if we starve to death, we won't." Suddenly, Su Ping tore open the bun, revealing the fragrant meat filling. In an instant, the aroma filled the room. Tang Ryan's face changed in an instant. She had been hungry for who knows how many days and quickly grabbed the bun, desperately stuffing it into her mouth. She fiercely said, "You're dead for sure. I no longer have any value." Su Ping, hearing this, revealed a smug expression and took out the contract, holding it up. "You're wrong. You have value. This is a temporary labor contract." The next day, the kids in the store clamored and praised. "The number of beauties has increased again. This store is really awesome." Welcoming them were Anna and Tang Ryan, wearing professional maid outfits ordered by Su Ping. They looked very professional and had the temperament of employees. Anna, with an unchanged face, welcomed them. "Welcome to the nurturing and sending store. Please divide into 2 lines." Tang Ryan, both angry and ashamed, thought, "Why am I being stared at by these stinky men?" "Is what you call value serving these commoners," Anna corrected, "serving these ants." Looking at the figure walking out of the store, Tang Ryan's eyes revealed a look of anticipation. Seeing that freedom was right in front of her, she thought in her heart, "The door is right there. There's no way to stop me." Su Ping glanced at her, seeing through her intentions. He took out the contract and said, "Don't forget, you signed this. Within 1 year, you can't step out of this door." Tang Ryan, hearing this, revealed an unwilling expression. "You took advantage of my difficult situation last night to make me sign." Then she crouched down and rushed out. While running, she said, "Don't think that I can be bound by this piece of waste paper. Goodbye." The next second, the moment she rushed to the door, it was as if there was an invisible energy layer that directly stopped her. Then the invisible wall suddenly released an opposing force, directly sending Tang Ryan flying back. Her entire body trembled, and she crawled up, saying, "Damn it, what kind of magical store is this? If the window isn't broken, then I can't get out of the main door either." Su Ping, seeing this, slowly said, "Anna, you're an old employee. Teach her how to work. You can add 1 more point." Anna immediately nodded in agreement. At this moment, 2 men appeared in front of the door, looking like reporters. He shouted into the house, "May I ask, who is Mr. Sir?" Su Ping, hearing the voice, immediately went out of the store and said, "It's me." The young man said, "May I ask if you have scheduled an appointment for filming and running advertisements on the subway? Where do you want to film? What kind of photos do you need?" Su Ping, on one hand, opened the summoning space. On the other hand, he thought, currently, most of the customers in the store are old customers who send star pets for nurturing at level 6 and below. The level of the star pets is relatively low. I have to find some new customers who need nurturing above level 7. Su Ping wanted to target wealthier customers and spent a large amount of money to invite employees to film advertisements to introduce the playful pet store. A huge dragon had emerged from the summoning space. It was the Purgatory Bamboo Dragon Beast. "This is it, film it." The 2 photographers couldn't help but be terrified by its terrifying aura. It also exuded a bloody and foul smell. This dragon beast's aura is too terrifying. "Oh my god, what is he planning to do? It's really awesome. Is he filming?" One of the filming crew members, holding a mic, asked Su Ping, "Mr. Su, what is the advertising slogan?" "No need for an advertising slogan, just film the Purgatory Bamboo Dragon Beast and the store name." Su Ping thought to himself, "The Purgatory Bamboo Dragon Beast. ranked third among the dragon species, is the biggest trump card. High-level combat masters of dragon beasts can recognize it at a glance. At this moment, Silinyu suddenly came to find Suping brother. Huh. Aren't you supposed to be in class today? That's right, but they keep following me. They even stand outside the door when I go to the bathroom. Their aura is too strong. My teachers and classmates are all about to be scared to death. Suping, hearing this, couldn't help but laugh loudly. Haha, you can still laugh. What on earth is going on? Don't worry. They don't have any bad intentions. It's your brother who asked them to protect you. At this moment, Suping's laughter was too loud and attracted the attention of Miss Tang Ryan. She was standing in the store and turned around when she heard the loud laughter. Unexpectedly, she saw Senior Serpent Heart. So she thought, great, I can actually meet Senior Serpent Heart here. Suping, you thought that by snatching my communicator, I would have no way to contact my family. Too naive. Moreover, Feng Lo, whom you defeated, is only ranked 8th in our Tang family. Senior Serpent Heart is the 3rd-ranked expert. The hidden weapons in his hands are superb. He can kill people invisibly from 100 miles away. This time, there will definitely be a joke to watch. Next, Tang Ryan continued to transmit a voice to Serpent Heart. Senior Serpent Heart, it's me, Ryan. Hearing this, he turned around to look with a withered face. A voice transmission. That voice is. Then he also saw Tang Ryan. He quickly transmitted a voice to inquire, young mistress, why are you here? The family has been looking for you in the secret realm for a long time. Tang Ryan hurriedly replied, it's a long story. I was captured by a villain and imprisoned here. Quickly save me. Serpent Heart, hearing this, pointed his finger at the Suping brothers who were talking. Also captured, Tang Ryan, hearing this, didn't understand the meaning for a moment. Suddenly, Suping revealed a wicked smile and slowly turned to look at Tang Ryan. Tang Ryan was sweating profusely. Tang Ryan quickly hid, leaning against the wall. In her heart, she was secretly horrified. I almost got discovered. What did Senior Serpent Heart mean just now? Although she was also worried that Suping would discover her sneaking around, she didn't leave but chose to observe from a distance. She vigilantly looked outside, seeing Suping instructing, try not to disturb her. Our main task now is to train. You can take turns coming to tutor Silinyu every day. The 2 old men, hearing this, quickly respectfully nodded in agreement. Tang Ryan, seeing this scene, was shocked. Not only is there Senior Serpent Heart from my family, but there is also Lord Wong from the Liu family. They are the best in the city. All of them are controlled by Suping. What the hell is going on? Night fell. The system suddenly appeared and reminded, Anna's employee points have increased a bit, reaching 100 for points. Suping, with one hand, opened the storage space. With the other hand, he opened the Kyung-kun painting scroll. In his heart, he thought, Anna's points have increased again. Under the system's supervision, she's not lazy and doesn't shirk work. It's also a very good thing to exchange a few points for training employees. It's really a bargain. Then he threw the star pattern spirit tree in the storage space into the painting. The star pattern spirit tree, as soon as it fell to the ground, twisted its entire body. The roots spread out as much as possible. Suping looked at it in surprise. This tree is like a living creature that can find soil to take root on its own. The system displayed a reminder. This tree's quality is too low. It hasn't even awakened its consciousness. Living for tens of thousands of years and still only a plant. Now, it's only 20% of the way to enlightenment. It's already a rare giant tree. Suping assessed, living for more than 10,000 years and only 20% of the way to enlightenment. But how many people crave it? If it's completely enlightened, it can probably be used as food for star pets. Suping withdrew the painting. It's said that the star pattern spirit tree takes 15 years at the shortest and over 100 years at the longest to bear fruit once. It's still a long way from becoming a long-term trading item. If it can evolve into a star pet as the system said, combined with the nurturing space to increase its self-recovery power, wouldn't it be possible to harvest a large amount every year? The system reminded again, the host has not met the prerequisite conditions for the spirit awakening ability. Please become a nurturing master first, Su Ping, seeing this, analyzed, so that's how it is. After becoming a war pet master, the next step is to become a nurturing master. Even though I'm the boss of a pet store, it sounds as big as a cartwheel. But my knowledge of nurturing is really just a drop in the bucket. In this world, it can be said that all nurturing to date has relied on the power of the system. In this aspect, I still need to train more, but for now, there's no time to think about that. The Yuan Shen incident has passed for a while, but it's hard to guarantee that this won't happen again with others. The urgent thing is to continue to increase combat strength and prestige. Then he let the system open the demigod burial ground interface. He entered the nurturing place, his mind constantly thinking, although I don't want to be famous, it's okay to practice at home every day. Developing based on the system's abilities, like Mom and Lingyu, need a normal life. I can't let them live in the store or under the supervision of those old men for the rest of their lives. So I have to quickly become strong to the point that no one dares to provoke me in this city. Su Ping was in the room. He was teleported to Anna outside the store, suddenly realized that the surrounding space had changed. She was startled. That power is appearing. It's the power behind Su Ping. Time passed quickly. After the nurturing time ended, Su Ping returned and flopped onto the bed. He said to himself, it was so satisfying to fight. After reviving hundreds of times, I finally killed the leader of the insect race. It was tougher than a leech. He took off his clothes and muttered, since there's no more free revival, I don't dare to risk my life so easily anymore. The store's income isn't too abundant to exchange for revival points. I'll take a shower and then think about it. I've also successfully mastered the first form of the demon-quelling divine fist. Just as he opened the door to prepare to take a bath, he saw Anna bringing soup to him. In a short while, Anna had prepared everything, and the hot steam rose throughout the room. She suddenly said, "This is the soup that Auntie told me to cook for you." Su Ping looked at the bowl of soup in her hand, his face not showing much joy. Cooking soup for me? Since when has she been so enthusiastic? But whatever, he was invincible in the store. Even if she wanted to put poison in it, it wouldn't work. Thinking this, he raised the steaming bowl of soup and decisively gulped it all down. Anna suddenly inquired, "Just now, did you use space teleportation to go to the god's land?" Su Ping was startled. Her perception is too sharp. "She knows where I go," Su Ping replied. "You know, so why ask? If you have something to say, just say it directly." Anna, standing to the side, crossed her arms and said, "Next time, take me with you. I can use some of the privileges of the central godland to help you increase your cultivation." Su Ping glanced at her, thinking, she definitely has other purposes. Does she think I'm easy to fool? Anna opened her mouth again to explain, "Rest assured, this time I don't need employee points. I just need you to allow me to take care of some personal matters." That's all. Su Ping looked at Anna, who was silently waiting for his reply. She was trying to understand the limits of this store, checking what the system could do and what it couldn't. She had a lot on her mind, but even if she came up with some unreasonable ideas, she would have to endure the suppression of the contract and couldn't go too far. "A compliant employee will bring me many benefits." He stood up and slowly approached Anna. "What about Su Lingyu? If you go with me, how will she look after the store?" Anna had already made calculations in her mind and replied, "Rest assured, I've already taken care of it. She's probably exhausted from working all day and has already fallen asleep. Moreover, I've given her some sleep magic. Unless something makes a lot of noise, she sleeps straight until morning." Hearing this, Su Ping slowly put on his clothes. "It seems like she's ready. She works very neatly." He didn't say anything more, grabbed Anna's hand, and the vortex on the demigod ruin land interface immediately intensified, emitting a dazzling golden light. As Su Ping entered the nurturing area, he said, "Keep up with me. Hurry up." Anna was also confused by his decisiveness. "Go now." The two were teleported into streaks of golden light, landing in the tree world of the goddess, which was the demigod ruin land. The familiar energy-filled atmosphere rushed towards them, and Anna was shocked. "I've really returned." At first, she just wanted to test him to see if he had any clues. She didn't expect that with such a vast space, he could just wave his hand and do it. This person is indeed very strong. This human really has a chance to take me to the Supreme God realm. If I really have a chance to see that place, ... double quotes in an instant, she unconsciously smiled foolishly. Seeing this, Su-ping couldn't help but cough. Stop smiling. It'll be a long time before I let you become an excellent employee. Where are we going? I'm not familiar with this place, Anna said unhappily. I don't know. I won't let your strength harm my family. I won't forget. I've already informed the main god who manages this land. He will come to pick us up soon. Su-ping asked curiously, what realm is that main god? How do you divide the realms of the gods? Anna frowned and patiently explained, you're asking about basic questions. From the moment they're born until they grow up, pure-blooded gods are already in the true god realm. Their level is equal to those insects that are constantly harassing us. Su-ping was surprised. So the pure blood of the gods is equivalent to the pet level of people on Blue Star. Anna paused and continued, our great god realm isn't as complicated as yours. There are only 6 levels, in order. The true god realm, above that is the celestial god realm, and at the top is the supreme god. Her expression suddenly darkened. But the supreme god realm has disappeared because very few people can break through to that realm. Now, we can only count 5 levels. Hearing this, Su-ping was also a little affected. So it's because of the shrinking of power that so many enemies are eyeing it. It's not surprising. While Anna was willing to risk signing an employee contract to find the Supreme God realm, a tall, blonde young man suddenly landed from the sky. He respectfully saluted. Your Highness, I've come to pick you up. Anna replied perfunctorily, this is my distinguished guest. Take him with us. The main god couldn't help but glance at Su-ping. He didn't dare to ask too much, only expressing his respect to him. Then, the main god raised his finger and said, please take my hand. In an instant, the green tree world around them suddenly changed. When Su-ping opened his eyes, he once again appeared in another place with a blue sky and white clouds. The world around him had changed. This time, there were many residential areas floating in the air. Su-ping was a little shocked. In a few minutes, Su-ping appeared outside a magnificent and vast castle. Anna said to the he, you can go back now. Then, the two entered inside. Standing on both sides were maids and guards. Wherever the two went, people would bow and greet them. Welcome, Your Highness. Anna ordered, prepare the divine spring, yes. Hearing this, Su-ping couldn't help but be surprised. The divine spring, he thought to himself, she's really meticulous. Before training, we need to bathe and change clothes. The two entered deep into the castle. Anna slowly opened a large door. They only saw that above the divine spring lake, there were giant gods standing silently, their necks tied and suspended by large chains. When the two entered, they suddenly raised their swords and cut into their wrists. The blood of many gods fell from above into the lake below, forming a large golden lake. Anna said, the divine spring can cleanse the impurities in the bloodline, upgrade comprehension and quality. The effect on upgrading cultivation is 100 times better than the nurturing cages in the store. She paused and continued. Only the head of the family has the right to soak here once a year. You're already getting too good of a deal. After you're done soaking, there's also an arena specializing in practicing combat skills for your pets to practice their martial power. Are you satisfied? Hearing this, Su-ping couldn't help but drool and smile. Very good. It would be even better if I could soak normally. Suddenly, Anna said seriously, then let's make an agreement. Every time you bring me back here, I'll let you soak in the divine spring once. As for you, I want you to not hunt demonic tribe pets anymore in the future. Is that okay? This sentence sounded both unreasonable and strange. Hearing this from the goddess's own mouth, a person who always wished for the demonic tribe to be extinct was now asking him not to hunt demonic tribe pets anymore. Hearing this, Su-ping was very surprised and asked the reason. Aren't you always at odds with them? How do I have the same goal as you? Why are you stopping me? Anna's face darkened and said, because I can smell the divine crystals emanating from your body. At this moment, Su-ping couldn't help but wonder, the smell of divine crystals. Could it be that I have body odor? There's no strange smell. Anna suddenly turned around and said, "When you first came here, you must have noticed the world tree, right? That's our mother. After the gods die, their bodies will transform into divine power, becoming a part of the great tree. Mother is training us by mixing everything together, and then we are born as independent individuals." With your intelligence, you probably know what I want to say. Su Ping said indifferently. After being swallowed by the demonic tribe, the divine power left in the demonic tribe's body is in the form of divine crystals, so it can't return to the great tree. The goddess's voice became more somber than ever. It can be said that the higher our cultivation, the more divine power returns to the great tree after death. Therefore, each cycle increases the total divine power of the entire god realm a lot. But then the demonic tribe appeared. How many gods have died at their hands? It's equivalent to the amount of divine power that has increased. Moreover, we lost the supreme god realm. No god can break through to the supreme god realm. Our once extremely glorious god tribe has declined to this point. Anna said these words, unable to restrain the sadness in her voice. After hearing this, Su Ping suddenly raised her hands, giving her all the divine crystals he had. He said softly, "I only got this much just now." Anna was stunned. In her impression, Su Ping wasn't such a kind person. Su Ping instead revealed a warm smile, nodding to signal her to accept it, proving that he could understand her. He said, "I understand what you mean. It's just that I don't want to touch those insects anymore." "Right, that's right." After that, he pretended not to care about the matter. Anyway, the goal was to increase his combat power. Soaking in this divine spring of hers could also be reluctantly accepted. He seized the time and also took his pets to the arena to fight. He didn't need to hold back, training them to death, so they could broaden their knowledge of the god's methods. Hearing this, none of the pets didn't sweat. Su Ping was alone, immersed in the feeling of both pain and pleasure in the divine spring. The feeling was both comfortable and like needles, which was very strange. Anna stood behind him, holding the divine crystals, and said, "Thank you for understanding me. It's nothing, I'm leaving first. If there's anything, just call me." Suddenly, Su Ping spoke up. "Waiter, have you ever heard of the divine flame fierce fire crystal? I can't find this information on Blue Star." "I know. It's the core of the divine flame extreme flame beast of the true god realm. Although it's rare, if you want it, I can send the divine hunters to find it for you." "Then hurry up. My cultivation technique wants to break through to the second level and needs that thing." "Haha, this water activates the potential of the whole body. Cultivation will definitely increase exponentially." Anna bowed to him and then took the pets to the arena. In her heart, she thought, "I didn't expect that he could get so many divine crystals in just half a day. Ordinary true god realm warriors need at least 2 to 3 days without sleep to get so many. And he gave them all to me without hesitation. It seems like he's a free divine crystal miner with a lot of potential. For the sake of revitalizing my family, I need to build a good relationship with him." After Anna left, Su Ping suddenly revealed a sly smile. He signaled to open the storage space. What he didn't expect was that the number of divine crystals in Anna's hand was just a small amount. He had secretly hidden hundreds of thousands of them for himself. He happily thought, "I have to find a secret place to secretly eat them all by myself later." Time passed quickly. The time in the demigod land ended, and Su Ping and Anna returned to the store. Su Ping clenched his fist and shouted happily in his heart, "Great! The god devil body has successfully broken through to the second level. My strength is now at the rank 9 upper level. And the true devil god fist has also been perfected in the last battle, the first form. Now, a basic punch can kill a rank 9 powerhouse, plus the ability to fly freely with astral control. Although the level of astral power is only rank 6 lower level, I can completely pretend to the outside world." Yuan Qianshen was seriously injured in the battle with Anna that time. "I'm afraid he's already fallen out of the Tide Sea realm. Then, in this land, the only thing that can threaten me is another legendary level. My strength in a normal state must surpass this person." Then, he rubbed his hands and said to Anna, who was waiting behind him, "Quickly go wake up Su Lingyu and get ready. I spent a lot of money on advertising yesterday. Today, the store will definitely be crowded. It's going to be busy. Get ready to work. That evening, Su Lingyu came home from school, a little doubtful. Looking at the fallen leaves outside the store, it seems like it's empty today. She hurriedly went forward and asked her brother, who was sitting like a bum on the streets of Chinatown, "Brother, are you closed today? Can't you see that I'm still working?" She glanced at Su Ping's glowing watch, which didn't look like he was busy with business at all. Besides, I'm already out of school. Tonight, I have a class with Teacher Poison King. Su Lingyu saw the hot search trend on her brother's screen. The extraordinary pet store is recommended for the top 10 of the city's elite tournament. The top 3 in accumulated consumption in the entire branch. The store will be directly selected and won't have to pay the participation fee. Su Lingyu realized that her brother had been robbed of customers by someone using tricks. Anger rose to her head. That's too despicable. They're using this trick to attract customers. They have dozens of branches all over the city, attracting so many customers. Even if they only charge the participation fee, it's enough to make a killing. Su Lingyu was so angry that she stomped her feet. Su Ping, on the other hand, smiled when he saw his sister being indignant for him. "Ha ha, what's wrong? It's nothing. I just think you look very cute like that. You're just a gentleman seeing injustice." Su Ping, while looking at the news, said, "I also think it's unfair, but their tricks aren't that simple." They also invited the champion of the previous season to be their spokesperson. That's the key to attracting customers. Most customers will easily be attracted. I guess all the customers in the city have been snatched by them. That won't do. We can't let it be like this. Should we also do tricks like them? Thus, Su Ping had a plan. He said with a sigh, "If we want to do it, let's play a big one. We'll be the place to elect the champion." A few days later, the first place in the hot search list was Little Rascal brings the city the champion title. Second place was the extraordinary pet store successfully made it into the top 10 in the city. Everyone was in an uproar. Little Rascal has already started to be recommended. Moreover, it's the champion title. After all, there are so many people on the extraordinary pet store's side, but there are only 3 recommendation slots. It's better to go to Little Rascal to try my luck. That's right. There are too many people on the extraordinary pet store's side. Even if I compete, it won't be my turn. They drag each other over to the extraordinary pet store, leading to a sharp decline in revenue on the extraordinary pet store's side. Seeing this, one person in the extraordinary pet store angrily clenched his fist and slammed it on the table. "Damn it, where did that broken store come from?" Another person said, "They even recommended the first place. This is clearly provoking us." Liu Yuan, who was sitting in the middle of the table, the owner of the extraordinary pet store, Liu Yuan, closed his eyes and raised one hand, signaling everyone to be quiet. "Everyone, sit down. There's no need to compare ourselves to a bunch of clowns. Don't they want to be famous? Use public relations to force them to hand over information about the person being recommended and then release it. We'll destroy their reputation." At this moment, the person named View's eyes sharpened, revealing a sinister smile. "We'll destroy their reputation along with the strength of the person being recommended. The more unreasonable they are, the better, so they can turn from red to black and become the target of public attacks." All of his employees, hearing this, clapped and praised. Liu Yuan is really brilliant. This trick doesn't cost a single soldier. As long as that person fails, that store will naturally collapse. This is what it means to climb higher and fall harder. Liu Yuan, what are you planning to do so that they won't even have a place to stand in Longjiang in the future? Ha ha ha. At the same time, the scene shifted to the Zhou family's mansion. How interesting, how interesting. I don't know where this Little Rascal pet store came from, but they actually dared to recommend a champion. In the mansion, the elders of the Zhou family were talking to each other, hearing the inside information on the internet. The owner of that store is definitely a master of pet nurturing, who can nurture a pet to a higher level in one day. He has countless titles. With just one finger, he can kill a legendary level. This Little Rascal pet store is really reckless. They actually dared to steal business from the Liu family. They really don't put the four great families in their eyes. We've been fighting with the Liu family for so many years. We can take this opportunity to weaken their power. We must pull them out of the position of the four great families. At the same time, the setting was at the Liu family's mansion. Daring to talk so arrogantly, who opened this little rascal? What's their background? Reporting, the owner of that store is surnamed Su. He's also a senior instructor at Phoenix Mountain Academy. So that's how it is. There's nothing special about him. He's not one of the surnames like Tang Mu Chin or Liu, the four great families. He's probably from a small family like you or Joe. Then, an old man leaned close and whispered to the Liu family's patriarch, "Patriarch, I heard that Yuan Darren went over there and was carried back afterwards. He hasn't stepped out of the Yuan mansion yet." "You mean that Yuan Darren who snatched the legendary inheritance? Is this true?" "The matter is related to the reputation of snatching the legendary inheritance. All the unrelated witnesses have been secretly dealt with. If it weren't for Poison King saying that he carried him back with his own hands, I still wouldn't know anything." The old patriarch, hearing this, fell silent for a moment and then said, "This matter must not be revealed to the outside world. Before we investigate little rascal, don't touch him. We'll just silently watch the situation first." A few days later, on the signboard of the store were the words Elite Tournament recommendation for the champion position. The top spender, everyone passing by couldn't help but be surprised. What? Recommend the champion? At the same time, in the office of the extraordinary pet store, a student of the God of War pet warrior, Xu Quan, was also surprised. "Master, you're not joking, are you? Does my face look like I'm joking?" "Then who is the person being chosen?" As he asked, he glanced at Su Lingyu, who was sitting next to him. Su Lingyu also glanced at Xu Quan and said, "That's right. Are you really planning to do it like the advertisement? Choose the customer who spends the most." Su Ping propped his hand on the table, his expression serious, and said, "No, this is just a trick to advertise and attract customers." Su Ping thought to himself, "If I choose someone else, there are too many uncertain factors. This matter is closely related to the future of Little Rascal. There can't be any mistakes. Therefore, I must choose someone I truly trust." Xu Quan continued to ask, "But if the propaganda is fake like this, will it cause a backlash?" Su Ping closed his eyes and sighed, "How can it be? For example, my choice is to recommend you. As long as you spend more money than the others and sit firmly in the first place, wouldn't that be it?" Xu Quan, hearing this, rubbed his nose and laughed. Su Lingyu, hearing this, put one hand on her chest, clenched the other hand, and said seriously, "Brother, I want to be in the first place. No matter how hard the training is, I can endure it. Please nurture me." Xu Quan, standing on the other side, knew that Su Lingyu wasn't joking, but he felt that this wasn't suitable for her, so he wanted to stop her. Little senior sister, Su Ping closed his eyes and crossed his arms in front of his chest, thinking and then saying, "Don't make a fuss. Recommending the champion position isn't an easy thing. With the inheritance of the four old men, plus the Silver Frost Star Moon Dragon, as long as you take each step in order, being in the top 10 won't be a problem." Su Lingyu frowned, showing her determination. "The top 10 isn't enough for me. I want to become stronger quickly and catch up with your footsteps. There are some places I can't see. You must have gone through a lot of hard work to have the strength you have today. Therefore, if I continue with the current situation, I will definitely not be as strong as you." Hearing this, Su Ping said, "You're only a freshman at the Pet Warrior Academy. It's already promising to be in the top 10 of the Elite Tournament. What are you rushing for? Recommending the champion means that the entire city will see you as an enemy. Leaving aside the big shots of the four great families, the pet stores competing with us will definitely use a lot of tricks to deal with you. It's very dangerous. At that time, even the passers-by and even your old friends will not look at you the same way. Not to mention having to sign a life and death agreement." Su Lingyu, after hearing what her brother said, became even more determined than ever. She clenched her hands and said seriously, "I've thought about all the things you said from the moment I became a pet warrior. The day that my mother and I were in a coma can also be considered as falling into danger. A pet warrior's intuition is very sharp. You must have been secretly protecting my mother and me behind the scenes, right? Su Ping was still silent, not saying anything. Su Lingyu said, I'm not a child who only knows how to wait for protection. This opportunity can't be given to others. I also want to protect the people around me. Su Ping then spoke up and smiled, saying, so, you've thought it through. Before he could finish speaking, he heard a loud shout from outside. Pay up. At this moment, the system also displayed a notification. It has been detected that someone is intentionally damaging the image of the store. Mission notification. Temporarily restore the reputation of the store. Kill the culprit. Mission reward. A legendary level pet skill book. Mission punishment. If the mission fails, the host's points will be reduced by 5 points. Mission deadline, 24 hours. Refusal is not allowed. Su Ping's expression was serious. Kill them. This is the first time I've seen the system react so strongly. What exactly happened outside? At this moment, a young punk walked into the store, constantly shouting, pay up. This store ruined my pet. Not only did its strength decrease, but its lifespan is also running out. I still have the contract in my hand. Don't even think about covering it up. Hearing this, everyone in the store was constantly talking. Ruined it. How could that be? Could it be that the nurturing time was short, so they rushed it and gave it the wrong medicine? Boss Su's pet nurturing speed has always been very fast. I've long suspected the speed of this store. I don't know if they're giving it stimulants. Could it be that the pet was ruined because of this? That's too much. I still send my pet here for nurturing. I haven't seen anything wrong. It's because you're lucky. Hearing everyone start to suspect the store, the punk shouted even louder to attract attention. Boss, come out and give me an explanation. Thus, the store was filled with lively comments. That's right. You ruined other people's pets, but you don't even give an explanation. Could it be that you've run away? Don't. I spent a lot of money to be recommended for the champion. Anna, who was sitting with her legs crossed, couldn't bear it anymore, so she put her feet down, stood up, and walked out. Around her, she emitted a glow, walked to the middle of the hall, and shouted loudly, silence. Her aura was too strong, causing the people standing nearby to fall to the floor. The punk, seeing Anna's aura was too strong, couldn't help but be shocked. He trembled and couldn't stand up, his fingers crooked, pointing at Anna, stuttering, You're relying on your high martial arts to bully people. I want to call the police. I'll make your store close down. At this moment, Su Ping walked out. Anna, stop. Yes, I'm the owner of the store. What did you just say? At this moment, the punk was no longer afraid of death, so he stood up, opened the space, and summoned his pet. Take a look for yourself. When he summoned it, they only saw it lying there, gasping for breath, its whole body covered in purple sores. He blamed. This is what your store did. Everyone was still standing around, watching the situation. At this moment, Su Ping took out the electronic registration book to confirm the customer's information. Your name is Sanchu. That's right, you brought your pet to our place for nurturing the day before yesterday, and you just took it away yesterday. Confirming that the information was correct, Su Ping said, we still have your signature. You've already accepted your pet and signed the confirmation. Su Ping showed the signature he had signed and asked, is this your signature? The punk, Sanchu, was intentionally causing trouble, so he continued to argue loudly. So what if it's mine? Don't think you can deceive me with this method. My Aurora Spirit Tiger only got sick when it got home. Su Ping looked at the pet lying there, gasping for breath, and said, don't worry. Let me check your pet. Thus, Su Ping used the appraisal technique. After checking, the system displayed pet name, Aurora Spirit Tiger, attribute, elemental pet, ice and lightning system, level, rank 6, combat power, rank for lower level, quality, poor. Masters the skills, Aurora Ray, Lightning Blade, Thunder Armor, Ice Drill, Nature, Docile, extremely easy to tame. A rare branch of the Fox tribe, with the characteristics of loyalty and protecting its master. Su Ping, after checking, thought, as he said, its combat power has decreased significantly. This seems to be caused by toxins. These purple spots don't look like a disease. Thus, Su Ping went to the back and asked Anna, do you know any healing techniques? Before Anna could even get close, the punk shouted loudly, "I've already gone to the hospital in the city for an examination. Don't pretend anymore." The doctor said that this is a mutation caused by reckless cultivation, plus the abuse of drugs. Don't even talk about treatment now. It can't even live. Before he could finish speaking, Anna slapped him to the side for being too noisy. He was embarrassed and angry. "You dare to hit me." Then, Anna ignored him and approached the Aurora Spirit Tiger, squatting down in front of it. One hand touched the pet's head and transmitted astral energy to heal it. At this moment, the Aurora Spirit Tiger's whole body glowed, and the poisonous purple gas also flew out of its body. Gradually, the Aurora Spirit Tiger woke up, opened its eyes, saw Anna healing it, and cried out, as if wanting to thank her. The next second, it had completely recovered, standing up happily and healthily. Anna also stroked it and praised it. What a good child. At this moment, everyone around continued to talk. "Look, it's too magical. It completely cured that fox just now. It was so weak just now, but now it can stand up. It's amazing." The system then displayed a notification, changed the quality of the Aurora Spirit Tiger from poor to low. Su Ping, at this moment, couldn't help but praise in his heart. It's really amazing. Not only did she heal it, but she also increased its level. After recovering, the pet flew back to its master and licked Sun Qiu's face. But on this side, Su Ping's expression darkened, his eyes sharp, not saying anything. Seeing Su Ping's expression was a little tense, Sun Qiu chose his words and retreated. "If it's already cured, then I don't need to investigate anymore. I was a little rude just now. Please forgive me." Saying this, he turned around and called, "Aurora Spirit Tiger, let's go." He wanted to leave early, afraid of being ambushed. Unexpectedly, Su Ping grabbed his shoulder and said, "Don't be in such a hurry. We still have a special care service. Please follow me." After saying this, Su Ping dragged him and threw him into a slightly dark room. Following behind, Anna locked the door. Su Ping said, "Your first reaction when the pet was cured was actually to be very nervous. That proves that your purpose in causing trouble wasn't simple. It was because of the pet. Tell me, who sent you here?" The Aurora Spirit Tiger, seeing its master being threatened, its eyes flashed with cold light, ready to protect its master. He stuttered, scared. What? What are you talking about? What was sent? I don't understand anything. Let me go quickly, or I'll call the police." Su Ping was already out of patience. "It seems like you don't want to drink a toast. You prefer to drink a penalty." He and his pet were lifted up by Su Ping's astral energy, which only a title level could do. At this moment, Sun Qiu realized that he had bumped into a senior. Su Ping's eyes sharpened and said, "If I remember correctly, the title level has the right to kill those who offend them and still be innocent. Is it really innocent? I haven't tried it yet." "Do you want to try it?" At this moment, he was bent over by Su Ping's astral energy and said, "I'll talk." "I'll talk." He confessed that it was the Liu family. Su Ping was suspicious. The Liu family is that Liu Yuan, the owner of the extraordinary pet store. Explain a little more. Hearing this, he looked at Su Ping and recounted the story skillfully, as if he had memorized it from before. My pet was unfortunately injured in a competition with others yesterday and needed a huge amount of money to treat it before the elite tournament started. Then, people from the Liu family came to find me. They said that as long as I put this matter on you, they would pay for my treatment. What's the name of the person who ordered you? I don't know. They wore masks, so I couldn't see their faces. In Sun Qiu's words, there were too many suspicious points. After listening, Su Ping turned to Anna and asked, "Do you know mind-reading magic?" Anna closed her eyes, not satisfied with the question. "We gods have never used this kind of despicable trick." Hearing this, Su Ping raised her fingers and said, 2 points. Although she didn't want to do it, hearing Su Ping give 2 points of reward energy, Anna asked a few more questions. "He's already confessed, so what are you worried about?" "Are you worried that he's lying to you?" "That's right." His confession was too smooth, and the cause and effect were too detailed, as if it had been arranged in advance. The extraordinary pet store, if they really used such a low-level trick, once it backfired, the people who suffered would be them. After listening to Su Ping's explanation, Anna immediately used mind-reading magic to review what he had experienced recently. As soon as Anna took action, he called for help from his pet. "What are you going to do, Aurora Spirit Tiger? Save me." Hearing the order, the Aurora Spirit Tiger immediately gathered energy in its mouth, forming a ball of ice. After gathering energy, it bared its teeth and spat the ice ball to attack Anna. At this moment, one of Anna's hands was raised to block the ice energy, while the other hand was raised to examine his soul. In Sun Chu's mind, a long film was released, showing the details clearly. First, he went to the extraordinary pet store to pick up his Aurora Spirit Tiger. He also checked the nurturing effect. It's too great. It can definitely get a good ranking in the tournament. After he left the store, he was surrounded by a group of people. "Sun Chu, where do you want to go? It's time for us to pay back the principal and interest you owe us. Can you extend it for another month? After I get the tournament bonus, don't say more. This is the Black Flame Hell Poison of rank 9. As long as you inject it into your pet, and then blame the Liu family, our debt will be cleared." Then, he held the syringe and said, "I heard that after being poisoned by this, the whole body will ulcerate and die painfully. There's no cure at all." The person next to him patted his shoulder and encouraged him. "Isn't it just a rank 6 pet? If you succeed in framing them, I'll reward you with a rank 8 bloodline." Hearing that he would be given a rank 8 pet, he said, "I'm sorry." He used his pet and injected the poison into its body. The pet only knew pain, looking at the syringe that its master was holding, shedding tears. After watching, Su Ping was very angry and grabbed his collar, pulling him up. "You're really damn." He was angry not because of his lies, but because he had treated a loyal pet to cruelly. Cough, cough. "I was also forced. There's no other way. Please forgive me." The Aurora Spirit Tiger, although it was treated very cruelly by its master, but its life and death was still its master's. Its duty was to be loyal. Seeing its master in danger, it immediately opened its mouth as wide as it could, growling and flying to bite Su Ping's hand. One of Su Ping's hands was still holding Sun Chu's collar, but Sun Chu, shamelessly, saw that Su Ping had feelings for pets and said, "Please forgive me for its sake. I will definitely treat it well in the future. It can't live without me." Hearing the threat in his words about the bond of pets, Su Ping ordered Anna to sever their contract. Reward 2 points. Yes, Anna immediately summoned her scepter and severed the contract with one move. The contract was like blood vessels shattering. The next second, the Aurora Spirit Tiger immediately changed from a fierce expression to being as gentle as a cat. It also released Su Ping's hand and went to Anna. Sun Chu struggled, asking it to come back, "Because I'm your master." Su Ping then spoke up, "You're no longer its master, you scum." At this moment, he was so scared that he peed his pants, his face pale, his pupils contracted, gnashing his teeth and saying, "I don't want to die. Boss, please don't kill me. Kill you, it would only dirty my hands." Next, Su Ping carried him like carrying a basket to the market, using astral energy to fly to the Zhou mansion in a flash, so fast that only a long streak of light could be seen in the sky. From afar, several subordinates of the Zhou family saw it and pointed at each other. Look, in the sky. Looking up, they saw a group of pets, and Su Ping was carrying a scum. The subordinates recognized that it was a title level, so they respectfully said, "What's your name, senior? What's the matter with your sudden arrival? Call your patriarch out here. The owner of the Little Rascal store has come to visit." After saying this, they saw the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast's foot land on the ground. The subordinates, seeing this, reminded him tactfully, "This senior, please stop. We've already gone to report to the patriarch. Please wait a moment." Su Ping, at this moment, stood on the head of the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast and said loudly, "I don't have that much patience." After saying this, the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast roared, and the wind from its wings rose like a storm, blowing away all the subordinates outside the door. After that, the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast and the other pets flew up into the air and prepared to land inside the mansion, but they were blocked by a magic formation. A voice rang out from below, "Request the enemy to retreat." Looking down, they saw a group of soldiers from the Zhou family's mansion. They were forming a formation. This is the Zhuan was subduing tiger formation. one of the four-great formations of the Zhou family, formed by 32 Zhou royal troops with combat power above rank 8. It can resist attacks from rank 9 middle level. Su Ping's expression was serious, repeating once again, "I want to see your patriarch, didn't you hear?" At this moment, the leader of the Zhou royal troops, with rank 9 lower level combat power, crossed his arms and stood in front of the 32 soldiers, saying, "How dare you? Do you think you can meet the patriarch just because you want to? Without an appointment, even if you're a title level, you won't be allowed to enter." Su Ping, at this moment, had run out of patience, his killing intent surging, his eyes emitting a burning golden light. He then gathered energy into his hand. "Then I can only go knock on the door." At this moment, the golden light in his eyes and hand exploded, and he shouted loudly, then exerted his strength to use the true devil god fist, second form. A colossal golden hand illusion appeared, and the Kim O god also appeared, punching the blue shield of the Zhou mansion. The fist technique was too strong, causing all the royal troops to look up in admiration, wondering what kind of fist technique it was. They also felt that this wasn't the aura of an ordinary title level. Then, the leader, standing in a stance with his hand clenched into a fist, shouted, "Everyone, exert your strength to resist for me." Earth Thorn Slash, but no matter what move it was useless. With one punch from Su Ping, the protective shield shattered. The leader then realized that he was only a title level and absolutely couldn't break the Zhuan Wu subduing tiger formation with one move. The formation had been broken, and all 32 people in the formation spat out a mouthful of blood. The leader couldn't help but wonder, how can the power be so strong? After hitting, it doesn't show any signs of weakening. Is this guy planning to level our Zhou family? Suddenly, he looked up and saw 2 streaks of light flying down. They were the 2 protectors of the Zhou mansion. They used their strength to support the royal troops, so they weren't injured. "Thank you, protectors, for taking action." While they were fighting, the owner of the house finally appeared, with a voice echoing from within. "Zhou royal troops were created by the elite disciples of my Zhou family. The lowest requirement to be selected is a rank 7 pet warrior. Since when have you been so incompetent that you can't even stop a young title level, and you need my left and right protectors?" The old man speaking was the patriarch of the Zhou family, Zhou Qianlin, with rank 9 upper level combat power. The leader, hearing this, immediately knelt down and bowed his head. "It's because I'm incompetent. Please allow me to defeat him to atone for my sins." Su Ping, at this moment, had landed on the ground and confirmed his identity. "You're the patriarch of the Zhou family. Then this is easy to solve. Your people plotted to harm my store. Hand them over, you arrogant fool. You're trespassing on my mansion and making unfounded accusations. Not only that, but you dare to give orders to the patriarch. You're really courting death." This old man in green was Zhou Tiongwang, the left protector of the Zhou family, with rank 9 middle level combat power. The old man standing next to him was Zhou Ji, the right protector of the Zhou family, with rank 9 middle level combat power. He said, "Coming here alone and wanting to demand people, you're really courting death." As he spoke, he opened the space, summoning a dream demon chaos beast with rank 9 middle level combat power. Following that, the royal troops were ordered to attack. "Royal troops, kill that brat and don't leave any bones for me." Thus, the royal troops of the Zhou mansion surrounded him from all sides and also opened the space, preparing to form a formation. Su Ping, seeing that they were putting on too much of a show, revealed a look of disdain. With these kinds of trash, even if there are many fierce dogs, they can't beat anything. Then, the old man in green, Zhou Tiongwang, also summoned his pet. It was like an ox, with 2 big green horns like his clothes. "You're really a frog in a well. Let me broaden your horizons." As he spoke, he formed a formation. The ox pet then roared fiercely. The royal troops of the Zhou mansion also ordered their pets to form a formation. All of their pets, following the green ox, also had their eyes glowing green. All of them linked together to form a formation called the Zhou family secret formation. A few seconds later, the formation was formed, and they saw the illusion of a green dragon head gradually evolving into the Azure Dragon Immortal formation. A green dragon, an illusion that was a little old, even had a bunch of whiskers on its chin. Its mouth was holding a long sword, and its aura was very heroic. Although it created a lot of pressure to the protagonist, it was just a fly waiting to be swatted. Su Ping wasn't afraid at all, still standing there looking, his hands not even needing to prepare for battle, but in his pockets, his expression indifferent, and said, "Activate the formation." "You can only create a dragon. Patriarch Joe, are you sure you still want to protect the criminals?" The Patriarch thought, the distance in rank 9 is extremely large. It can be compared to rank 1 to rank 9. A rank 9 lower level to a rank 9 upper level is like rank 3 fighting rank 9. Thinking this, he revealed a look of disdain. "You're about to die, and you're still arrogant. It's too late to ask for forgiveness now. Your combat power is at most rank 9 upper level, but the combat power of the Azure Dragon Immortal Formation is rank 9 peak, half a step to the title level. It can even compete with Daozun." When he finished speaking, the entire sky was like a jade green, and a green dragon had lunged straight towards where Su Ping was standing. Su Ping, at this moment, had a serious expression, his will sharp, ordering the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast and the Dark Dragon Hound to step forward, let it know your outstanding abilities. After receiving the order, they only saw that the whole bodies of the two pets were covered by a layer of multicolored light spectrum defense. Their surging auras flew straight towards the dragon head. The armor defense collided with the ultimate attack power of the Azure Dragon, and it wasn't affected at all. They only saw golden light flashing at the point of intersection. The attack power of the Azure Dragon dissipated and scattered, causing the punk to be so scared that he was about to pee his pants, crying out for help. The two old left and right elders of the Zhou family couldn't help but be surprised. What? The attack of the Azure Dragon, with its ultimate combat power, is actually equal to the rank 9 light spectrum armor. The attack power has been blocked. What kind of perverted defense power is this? Su Ping, at this moment, his expression didn't change. He said to himself, "Forget it anyway. I didn't come here to reason with you." At this moment, Little Skeleton had already prepared to enter the battle. After hearing Su Ping's order, it shot up into the air, its speed extremely fast, only leaving a streak of dark red. Its eyes emitted a red light, holding the bone blade, its aura surging. Although it was small, it had power. The old patriarch, Zhou Qianlin, gaped, unexpectedly not understanding what this little skeleton holding a broken bone was going to do. Little Skeleton, at this moment, raised the bloody bone blade into the air. The illusion of a colossal undead king was behind it. Then, it used the dragon-slaying move. Zhou Qianlin, at this moment, realized that it was the dragon-slaying move. Not good. That's an extremely rare move that restrains dragons. This little skeleton can't be underestimated. As he spoke, he closed his eyes and clasped his hands, activating the Azure Vermilion Fusion armor for the Azure Dragon. The golden armor gradually formed on the body of the Azure Dragon. At this moment, a smile of victory had already appeared on Su Ping's face. It's too late to remember to transform now. Little Skeleton, with its surging red killing intent, flew up and slashed down. The Azure Vermilion Fusion armor hadn't even been completely formed yet, and it had already shattered under Little Skeleton's blade. The dragon's sword also shattered, and of course, the Azure Dragon couldn't avoid being injured. The Azure Dragon had been defeated, and Zhou Qianlin was seriously injured, spitting out a lot of blood, so it was settled with one blade. The two old left and right protectors, who had formed the formation, also couldn't avoid being seriously injured. Zhou Ji, the right protector, thought, "Damn it. I originally just wanted to use the little rascal's sword to stab the Liu family in the back, but now I've brought disaster upon myself." Clearly, every person in every important link had their memories erased. How did he find it? Su Ping, at this moment, flew close to the old Zhou Qianlin, his expression cold, and said, "I'll ask you one more time. Are you still going to protect them?" The old patriarch, at this moment, said repeatedly, No, don't. Someone, bring those people up here." His face darkened, thinking, using a knife to kill people. What is this? This is clearly a killing god coming to us. The injuries to the Zhou royal troops and the destruction of the ancestral home, plus the 4 title-level powerhouses being injured, these losses had far exceeded the expected benefits. At this moment, Su Ping's subordinates had brought the people who had blocked Sun Chu and demanded debts. Reporting, Patriarch, the people you requested have been brought here. They begged repeatedly, don't kill me. Please give me a chance. I know I was wrong. Thus, the old Zhou began to act. These evil creatures acted on their own and offended you. Please punish them. Thus, Su Ping threw Sun Chu to the ground in front of the people who had just been brought out to compare and see if anyone was missing. Because they had their memories erased by Zhou Ji, they only scratched their heads, not knowing who was who. Seeing this scene, Su Ping analysed. Everyone said they didn't know each other. Clearly, their memories had been tampered with. At the same time, looking from afar, the old Zhouji thought, I sent many groups of people to carry out the mission level by level and erased the memories of the mastermind. It seems that these important memories haven't been restored. Thinking for a while, he grinned smugly. This kid can find our Zhou family. I guess he used a secret treasure to search in Sun Chu's sea of consciousness and saw some short fragments that were left behind. But according to my understanding, this kind of powerful secret treasure not only consumes a lot of energy, but also has strict restrictions on the number of times it can be used. He can't possibly find me through them. On Su Ping's side, after confirming that those 3 people had participated in harming the store, he released golden light energy, shooting through the necks of the 3 people. They spurted blood, and then he said, Patriarch Zhou, these people are just a small corner of the iceberg. Don't think you can deceive me. I'm reminding you one last time. Bring out the mastermind and those who participated in this matter. If you dare to smear the reputation of my store, then wash it away with blood. Zhou Qianlin began to frown because of Su Ping's certainty. He didn't say anything more and ordered his subordinates to bring the people out. He also lied to save face. Actually, there are still some people coming. Thus, his subordinates brought out a group of people, men and women, old and young. All of them knelt down, crying and begging for mercy. Please spare me. I know I was wrong. Don't kill me. Senior, please spare me. Su Ping, at this moment, was still flying in the air, looking down. The old Zhou Qianlin looked at Su Ping and pointed at the group of people, saying, these are all the people who participated. Please deal with them. Su Ping was still silent, contemplating. To be fair, among these people, apart from the perpetrators, the crime wasn't worthy of death. But this time, he came not only to complete the system's mission, but also for an even more important purpose, which was to establish authority. So that these things wouldn't happen again in the future, he couldn't be soft-hearted now. Su Ping had to close his eyes and take action to kill them. In just a few seconds, they heard the sound of blood spurting everywhere. The old Zhou Qianlin saw that Su Ping had dealt with them and smiled secretly. After killing so many people, he must have vented his anger. Finally, I can send this killing god away. At this moment, the system displayed a notification. The executors of the mission have all died, but the mastermind is still alive. Time remaining, 20 minutes. Hearing this, Su Ping called Little Skeleton, using his thoughts to give the order. Little Skeleton immediately understood its master's intention. Thus, it shot up into the air, splitting down with its blade right at the main hall of the Zhou mansion. The nearby roof tiles also shattered and fell. Zhou Tiongwan, the left protector of the Zhou family, was very angry, clenching his fist and shouting, now that all the people related to this matter have been handed over to you, why are you still destroying my house? You're really unreasonable. Su Ping, with a cold expression, glanced at him. Did I say that I came here to reason? Besides, you didn't hand over the person who arranged this matter at all, so I can only find them slowly. Then, Su Ping turned to look at the old Zhou Qianlin. The Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast was standing behind Su Ping, and he was also preparing to attack. He said, then I'll start with you, Patriarch. The old man, hearing this, was sweating all over, trembling. No, don't, damn it. If I lose the left protector, it's no different from losing an arm. but the consequence of protecting the left arm is that now the whole body is paralyzed. Thus, he frowned and called, "Zhoug, come forward." The old Zhoug was also surprised. Hearing his name being called, he was startled. Su Ping then glanced at the old Zhoug, asking to confirm one more time, "You're the mastermind. Do you have anything else to say?" Thus, he had to cover his face and laugh awkwardly. I didn't expect that there would be a situation in this world where, in order to smear a small store, the entire family would have to face such a tragic disaster. Then, he pointed straight at Sun Chu and shouted, "It's all because of you. I've devoted my life to the Zhou family and have never made any mistakes. If it weren't for you, my perfect plan wouldn't have been exposed." At that moment, he flew over and slapped Sun Chu, his palm piercing through his chest, spurting blood like fireworks. "Even if I die, I have to take you with me." At that moment, after confirming the mastermind, not wasting any time, Little Skeleton slashed a fatal blow behind him. Not finished yet, Su Ping also ordered the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast to spit fire. The screams were too miserable. In just a moment, he had turned into ashes. Everyone who saw it stood there with their eyes wide open, shocked. It's really scary. The old Zhoug secretly congratulated himself. "Fortunately, I didn't participate in this matter." Su Ping also told himself, after this incident, any road that has Little Rascal must be listed as a forbidden area by the Zhou family. Absolutely don't provoke this person again. With the mastermind dead, the system also displayed a notification, "Successfully killed the culprit." Looking back on the field, after being breathed on by the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast, there were now only 2 piles of ashes left. Let me introduce them. The big pile is the old Zhoug, and the small pile is Sun Chu. After the death of more than half of the Zhou mansion, the old patriarch, at this moment, was willing to clasp his hands and bow Su Ping. "This powerhouse, until now, all the people related to the reputation of your store have been handed over to you. Please calm your anger," Su Ping, standing in front of him, replied. "It's not over yet. I've only solved the people who did evil, but the bad influence on the store is still there. Your Zhou family must issue a notice to the entire city, admitting everything and returning the cleanliness to my store. Also, the delay fee for 1 morning must be compensated." The old patriarch, on the surface, smiled happily, but inside, he wanted to explode. He had to reply, "That's only natural. The apology notice will be taken care of by this old man himself." He secretly recalled, according to the news on the internet, the owner of the Little Rascal store punches the legendary level and kicks the title level. This is basically the truth, not a rumor. If this old man investigates who spread the rumors, I will definitely skin him alive. The old man continued to ask Su Ping about the compensation. "I don't know what you've taken a fancy to in our family. Money, real estate, or treasures?" Su Ping then happily raised one finger. "I don't want much, just a set of natural treasures for nurturing battle pets." Then, his eyes sharpened and said, "The kind of level that you use to nurture the young master." The old man exclaimed, "What?" He was too surprised, because the young master was the first heir of the family. In order to nurture the young master's qualifications to the point where they could surpass the previous patriarch, it could be said that it was the best resource in all that the family controlled. Thus, he angrily shouted back, "You actually want us to hand over these resources? Isn't that the same as making it so that our Zhou family can't develop for the rest of our lives? This is intending to treat us like pigs." Hearing this, Su Ping grinned and replied, "You can say that, but there's one thing that you haven't noticed. That is, even if it's a pig, I can definitely push it to the position of patriarch." His subordinates, hearing this, were angry and said, "You actually dare to compare our patriarch to a pig? Warriors can die, but they can't be humiliated. If you want to fight, we'll do it." It was only now that they saw that the old patriarch was wise. He quickly told everyone to shut their mouths. While speaking, he glanced at Su Ping and Little Skeleton. "You've forgotten. The kind of skeleton pet that this person brought, although its shape is strange, its original form is just a rank 1 bloodline pet. But this rank 1 pet, under his nurturing, has shown the power and aura of a king beast. What he said about pigs also being able to be nurtured to rank 9 upper level, I think it's not impossible. Zhou Jiangwang and the leader of the Zhou royal troops were silent, not having any opinions anymore. As expected of the patriarch, that's right. If you cooperate with me, I can nurture super strong pets for you and also provide rare pet food at a much lower price than the market. You must have coveted the position among the foot great families for a long time, right? If you want to challenge the foot great families, you need a well-armed army, and I'm a merchant who can help your manpower equip firepower. The old man, hearing this, unconsciously realized, could it be that your goal is the foot great families? Su Ping patted his shoulder, telling him to look further. I want this entire city, this base, to become my store. After settling everything, Su Ping stood on the head of the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast and flew back. The next day, the Zhou family issued a notice admitting their mistakes. Outside the store, people were talking about it. So it was the Zhou family's trick. I said there was nothing wrong with Boss Su's store. Right, you were clearly just following the crowd. I heard that Boss Su, in a fit of anger, went to the Zhou family and chopped their ancestral home into 4 pieces. Now they're about to become a ruined family. It turns out that the news spreading on the internet about this store was all true. At first, I thought it was just the reporters exaggerating. Looking back, it turns out that the newspaper was posting. Our Boss Su doesn't play tricks, he only plays for real. Thus, the system displayed a notification. The reputation of the store has been restored. He then took out the legendary level pet skill book. At this moment, Su Ping was in his private room. He didn't hesitate and pressed the button to take it out. As soon as he pressed it, the energy gradually gathered into a point, and then a phantom of a human figure gradually appeared. Su Ping then asked the system, "What is this?" The system then provided information. Legendary level pet skill, Beast Soul Possession. The pet merges with the owner for a short time. After merging, the owner obtains all of the pet's combat power. Each time they merge, the owner can temporarily obtain one of the pet's skills. The effect of this skill will be doubled. Before, Su Ping was drooling, his mouth gaping, unable to believe it. It can't be. The ability that only legendary level pet warriors have can be directly obtained by the pet. This reward seems a bit too much, Su Ping thought. Which pet should I give this terrifying skill book to? First, Su Ping thought of the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast. If I let the Hell Bamboo Dragon Beast eat it, I can transform into a dragon warrior. I can spit out dragon flame, and dragon wings for flying are also quite cool. But I'm used to using astral control to fly now, and transforming into a dragon is a little too flashy. Next, what if it's the Dark Dragon Hound? It looks pretty cool, and I can use the hardening of 100-mile soul chasing. But dogs like to eat bones. What if it's not separated after the battle and it's hungry and wants bones? What should I call it? A dog warrior. Just hearing it doesn't sound right. Finally, there was Little Skeleton. As expected, this kid is the most suitable for this skill book. Still you, thus, Su Ping summoned Little Skeleton. Little Skeleton poked its head out from the space, its eyes emitting a red light, full of the aura of the undead king. As a habit, it took out its blade, waiting for orders. Su Ping, seeing this, was speechless. Old man, I didn't call you out this time to chop people. Then, Su Ping placed the secret book in Little Skeleton's hand. It took it, its face a little dazed, not knowing what it was. After looking at it for a while, it also realized that it was a precious thing, so it hugged it gratefully. That's right, that's for you, eat it quickly. It's very delicious and nutritious. Little Skeleton then quickly absorbed the essence of the book, and the skill gradually transformed into its body. The system then displayed Little Skeleton's information. Name: Bone Emperor Little Skeleton. Attribute: Demon System. Level: Rank 7 upper level. Combat power: Unknown. Quality: Medium high. Accessories: Treasure, Undead Demon Fruit. Masters the skills: Beast Soul Possession, Undead Flash, Dragon Slaying, Puppet Technique, Intermediate Blade Technique, Slavery. The blood of the undead king is flowing in its body. All the undead must kneel and obey. To VIP, Su Ping was very satisfied. Its combat power has increased by half a point. That's really good. Su Ping then stroked Little Skeleton's head, showing praise. It was happy and smiled. Since Little Skeleton completely absorbed that blood bead, its appearance has changed like this, and its combat power has also soared to 10 points. From then on, Little Skeleton couldn't level up in ordinary battles anymore. 10 points of Little Skeleton's combat power compared to the pets at the highest level of Dragon Terrace. In other words, this is the second stage, the combat power of a king beast. It's really impossible to tell who's stronger or weaker. In the end, I had to rely on multiple revivals to win. That time, the main combat power increased to 10.1 after entering the demigod land and fighting many times with the space tribe. Plus the help of the goddess Anna, it finally broke through to 11. I didn't expect that just one skill could help Little Skeleton directly increase its combat power by half a point. As expected of a legendary level skill, it's too strong. The storm in the store could be considered to have ended. Now, the next thing was to solve the matter of recommending the champion. Thus, Su Ping pressed his watch and sent a message to Yi Chenshin. Brother Yi, I want to take to know people to the wilderness area for nurturing. Please help me find a suitable place. The scene shifted to the next day, which was full of surprise and shock for Su Lingyu and Xu Quan, that powerhouse who's chatting with Master. Could it be Zun, whose blade technique is superb, who relies on his own strength and kills countless rank 9 fierce beasts, standing tall at the limit of the title level? The legendary number 1. At this moment, Su Ping was chatting with Dao Zun. Please come this way. While walking, Dao Zun looked around, praising, Boss Su, in just a few days, the store has a new look. It's so brilliant that I almost didn't recognize it. This time, you called me here, so you must have prepared everything for studying, right? That's right. I don't know what kind of background you like. After learning about Daozi Yuan's needs, my blade technique is wide open and closed, so it's best to have mountains and rivers. Su Ping replied, no problem. Then, he began to open the control panel, selecting a suitable place. In front of him and Dao Zun were several steep cliffs, and below was the sea, with waves crashing against the rocks. How can this three-dimensional image be so realistic? I can even smell the salty smell of the sea. It's just a little trick, not worth mentioning. This training ground, you can rest assured to use it. Even if it's destroyed, it will immediately recover. It's really not bad. In the past, there were also many people who wanted to learn my blade technique, but either their foundation wasn't enough or their comprehension ability was too low. Boss Su, you should be able to control it. Then, let's draw the blade, Su Ping shouted. Okay. Dao Zun, Senior, I'm coming. The next second, unexpectedly, he summoned Little Skeleton. Little Skeleton, as soon as it came out, held its blade, ready to attack Dao Zun. As I suspected before, this wild skeleton appeared. Don't tell me the person learning the blade technique is this Little Skeleton. Prepare for battle, Little Skeleton. Level 7, health enough. Dao Zun, level 9, health 100/100s, that's right. During this period of time, I have to go out for a trip and can't nurture it. When I'm not here, it will be taught by you. Of course, I won't let you teach for nothing. Saying this, Su Ping took out a spirit tree fruit for Dao Zun. It's a spirit fruit. This fruit can make a pet warrior below rank 9 directly increase 1 realm. Dao Zun, holding the spirit fruit, thought, although it can't make a rank 9 peak like me break through to the title level, it can shorten the cultivation time by 2 years. It's already too good. More importantly, this thing is extremely precious to pet warriors. You can't buy it with money. If you don't have connections, even if you spend hundreds of millions, you may not be able to get it. But Boss Su, the reward isn't the problem. My Chaotic Star Return Blade, if you don't have the foundation of rank 9 or above, then don't even think about learning it. I'm afraid you can't even see it clearly. Hearing this, Su Ping didn't answer, but ordered Little Skeleton to perform a demonstration. Again, in the old style, Little Skeleton flew straight up to the sky and slashed straight down into the sea. The high-level blade technique cracked the seabed, and the seawater shot up and fell like rain. Su Ping then opened the astral shield to protect Dao Zun from the rain and said, Dao Zun, Senior, is Little Skeleton's foundation like this enough for you? Dao Zun absent-mindedly replied, high-level blade techniques are just pet skills of rank 7. which can only increase the power of basic attacks by 60%. It can be considered as just touching the threshold of blade techniques. Dao Zun thought, and just now, this little skeleton only used the entry-level blade technique, but it already had such power. My unique skill, also called the Chaotic Star Return Blade, can increase the power of basic attacks by 120%. If this little skeleton can learn all of it, what level of strength can it reach? It's really unimaginable. Dao Zun immediately gathered astral energy, and a glow emitted from his body. This foundation is enough. I can learn my blade technique. Or rather, let me try my best to pass on the blade technique to this top-quality little skeleton. If I can't teach it today, then I'll really lose sleep. Then, Dao Zun released all of his weapons. Knives of all colors floated in the sky around them. Dao Zun, full of enthusiasm, released his moves. Every move he released was amazing. He called Su Lingyu and Xu Quan over and told them everything in the store has been arranged. Tomorrow, everyone will prepare to set off for the wilderness area. The next day, Su Ping took the strategic tank and took Su Lingyu and Xu Quan to the wilderness area. It was so cool to sit in the car. Su Lingyu was going to the wilderness area for the first time, so she couldn't help but worrying. Xu Quan, sitting in the car, couldn't help but praise it repeatedly. This car is amazing. I heard my sister talk about it before. Ordinary people who go to the wilderness area can't afford to buy this kind of car. You must at least reach the silver medal level to have the qualifications to buy it. As expected of Master, buying this car to go to the wilderness area is very respectable. I asked my friend to choose a wilderness area suitable for you. Yi Chenshin has arranged everything for Su Ping. After Su Ping sent the message, Yi Chenshin immediately replied, "Boss Su, this is a small matter." Yi Chenshin had taken care of everything. In addition to the car, there was also a wilderness area certificate. We've also prepared the whole set of battle armor. Xu Quan, hearing this, was very happy. Su Lingyu, at this moment, spoke up. "From just now, you've been silent. Are you worried about brother? Because I heard that you had a conflict with others yesterday. Are you injured? I'm fine. They were the Zhou family, a powerful force in the city. They instigated me to attack the Liu family, another powerful force, wanting to benefit from it afterwards. I went to seek justice. I killed all the high-ranking officials and their subordinates involved." Hearing this, Xu Quan and Su Lingyu both turned pale. "Dead, the Zhou family is a big family in our city. How could Master solve it so easily?" Su Lingyu, with a slightly sad face, asked Su Ping, "Is it because of my relationship?" "You idiot, there's no limit to literature, and there's no second place in martial arts. Our development and growth will definitely conflict with the old forces. It's inevitable to confront them, it's not your fault. Don't have a psychological burden, it's just that, out of my own selfishness, I didn't want to involve you." Xu Quan then asked, "So, Master originally planned to personally seize the first place. I'm a salesman. It's not as attractive to personally seize the champion position as it is to nurture someone to seize the champion position. Also, the best thing about the champion position is just a little guidance for the pet warrior to reach the legendary level. To you, it's a great opportunity, but to me, it's not enough to fill the gaps between my teeth." That's right, with Master's strength, he's more than capable of participating in the King's tournament. While they were chatting, Su Ping's car arrived. This place is a B-level wilderness area with a development progress of 4.3%. Xu Quan and Su Lingyu were ready. As soon as they entered, they observed a demon hound with rank 7 lower level combat power. It was quite strong. It killed several pets and ate the pet warrior's meat. Su Lingyu and Xu Quan were still lying on the rocks nearby, observing it for a while. Then, Su Lingyu ordered her pet, Meow Meow, to attack it. The Zhuanyan beast spat a large amount of dark purple gas into the demon hound's face, causing it to go crazy. It then shot several thorns towards the Zhuanyan beast, but unexpectedly, it was just an illusion of the cat, and then the illusion disappeared. The next second, Xu Quan's pet, a swamp reptile full of tassels, wrapped around its front and back legs, causing the demon hound to be unable to move. Seeing this, Su Lingyu ordered the Zhuanyan beast to take advantage of the victory and use the fire dragon to attack the demon hound, causing it to scream miserably. but that still didn't defeat it. The demon hound roared loudly, and its strength exploded, breaking all the tassels holding its legs. The demon hound pounced up, escaping the encirclement of the swamp beast. After just 2 steps, the demon hound was standing in front of Xu Kuang and Su Lingyu. Seeing the danger close at hand, Xu Kuang and Su Lingyu opened the space, summoning it. Su Kuang shouted, "Little senior sister, be careful, it's rushing towards you." Su Lingyu, at this moment, was still calmly commanding, "We just made it seriously injured, a little bit more and we'll be done. Next move, you block, I'll attack." As soon as she finished speaking, a huge pet of Xu Kuang appeared, using one hand to push the demon hound and the other hand to touch its throat. The demon hound had been stopped. Seeing this, Su Lingyu immediately released her power, Silver Frost Star Moon Dragon. The pet is too large. Use the 4th stage power enhancement. Fly up and use 5 claws on the demon hound for me. The Silver Frost Star Moon Dragon then flew to the demon hound, using its claws to scratch the demon hound, killing it instantly. Xu Kuang immediately excitedly shouted, "Excellent, finally dealt with it." Suddenly, Su Lingyu felt a gaze like a nightmare behind her. Su Lingyu keenly felt that something was wrong, so she opened her spiritual sense, turned around, and pulled Xu Kuang to the side, dodging an attack of rank 6. It was a giant hammerhead snake that was opening its mouth, wanting to bite her and Su Kuang. Although they had summoned a spiritual shield in time, the teeth of that beast were too sharp, breaking her spiritual shield, causing her to be injured on the spot. Xu Kuang immediately summoned the soul-devouring beast, spitting out black gas to cover the eyes of the hammerhead snake. Xu Kuang quickly supported Su Lingyu, avoiding the range of the snake. He looked at Su Lingyu and said, "Thank you just now. That fierce beast seems to be poisonous. Little senior sister, are you okay?" Su Lingyu's whole body suddenly appeared, surrounded by a blue light. Her eyes were still looking forward vigilantly. At this moment, she said, "Didn't you save me once just now? Consider us even." As for the wounds and poison, Teacher Wong has taught me high-level healing and detoxification techniques. This small wound can be easily healed by circulating astral energy. Oh, little senior sister is so amazing. In the future, you're not allowed to call me little senior sister anymore. Okay, are you looking to die? Then, hearing the sound in the distance, he worried. Not good. That fierce beast is calling its allies. Su Lingyu commanded, "We should still hide in this black gas that hasn't dissipated. If they can't find us, they'll leave. Our advantage is still there. You stay calm. Let the swamp reptile cooperate with my Zhuanyan beast and charge up together." Su Ping, flying in the air, observed and couldn't help but smile. "I thought that after arriving in the wilderness area and suffering a little, these two would cry and beg to go back. I underestimated them." Looking closely, regardless of their personality, talent, or ability to cooperate, Su Lingyu isn't inferior to any young master of a famous family. Originally, I was planning to recommend Xu Kuang to help her reduce the pressure of the competition. It seems that this thought has been tested. If Su Lingyu really gets the opportunity and wins the elite tournament this time, then I won't have to worry about her safety in the future. After I nurture them to the title level, I can leave them to look after the store and go out to wander with peace of mind. I heard that the Holy Light City base on the continent next door has a very developed nurturing industry. I wonder what the scenery will be like there. Su Lingyu and Xu Kuang, at this moment, had also killed the fierce beast. Xu Kuang gave Su Lingyu a bottle of precious medicine. He smiled and said, "Don't be polite. If it weren't for your healing technique, my pet would have died several times. This is a highly effective power recovery medicine, and I remember that it's very expensive." At the same time, Su Ping spoke up, calling out, "You two, go back and rest." But both of them insisted on not going back. "Master, I still feel like I can continue fighting. I'm not tired either. I still want to fight a few more fierce beasts. I've never fought so well before. Please allow us to continue fighting. I want to earn money to bring my Silver Frost Star Moon Dragon to the store for nurturing and be at the top of the spending list. Then just do it according to your rhythm." Su Lingyu and Xu Kuang didn't know how many they had hunted. To find out, let's shift the scene to the settlement room for hunting in the wilderness area. Here, There were two staff members appraising the quality of the dead beasts. One person was looking at the dead beast, and the other person was looking at the board, calling out, "Pioneer number 09, please come forward. Your results have been settled." Thus, a young man twisted his body and excitedly stepped forward, asking, "How many points did I get?" After learning that he only had 1,280 points, he was surprised, not understanding why he had killed so many fierce beasts, but only had so few points. The staff member then explained, "The rules for merit have been clearly stipulated. A rank 1 fierce beast is worth 10 points, rank 2 is 50 points, rank 3 is 100 points, rank 4 is 1,000 points, rank 5 is 10,000, rank 6 is 100,000, and rank 7 is 500,000. The two staff members finished speaking and laughed. "Your fierce beast has been appraised, and the highest is only rank 4, but to pioneer alone and still come back alive is already better than many people. Ha ha ha, keep trying. Next team is the Wild Wolf team. The number of registered people is 64. The settlement of results has been completed. The total is 1,722,400 points. The number 09, hearing this, was shocked and shouted, "More than 1 million merit points. Is this the kind of mass killing that the Pioneer team does?" The staff member asked the team leader, "How do you want to divide the merit among the team members?" 100,000 for each member of the team, and 200,000 for each of the other two teams. 50,000 for each intern. The number 09, hearing this, was even more angry. "Damn it, I pioneered alone, and I only got more than 10,000 after risking my life. Those little kids who haven't graduated yet, who are in the team, get 50,000. It's really only an idiot who pioneers alone. This guy is really an idiot. He's scolding himself for being an idiot." Then, he said, "I also want to join a team." After dividing the points for the Wild Wolf team, it was the turn of the group of 3, 091, 092, and 093. The staff member was also surprised when reading their total points. 2,256,720 points. The pile of fierce beast corpses behind them were all above rank 6. Everyone around was talking. More than 2 million merit points, and they're only dividing it among 3 people. If they divide it equally, each person would get nearly 800,000. The staff member also asked how to divide it. Su Ping then said, "Give it all to those two. I didn't participate in the battle." He also turned to ask Xu Kwang and Su Lingyu, "How do you two want to divide it, half each?" Xu Kwang smiled and scratched his head, saying, "Master, give Su Lingyu more. I don't have any objections, she saved me several times." Su Lingyu, hearing this, suggested, "Let's each take half, I also did my part." Suddenly, someone in the Wild Wolf team loudly argued internally. It turned out that the interns of the Wild Wolf team were dissatisfied because they were only getting 50,000 each. At first, it was just whispers, but then it gradually became loud shouts. It's clear that there were more than 1 million merit points this time. That's right, but we're only getting 50,000 each. This is really unfair. A young man stood up in the intern team and said, "We're new here, and there are many things we don't know. Although we caused some trouble for the team, it's not a big deal. Moreover, in the battle with the rank 8 fire dragon beast, if it weren't for senior sister Su's lightning test to hold back the remaining beast, could you have killed it without being injured?" That's right, we also killed a few rank 5 and rank 6 fierce beasts. No matter what, we should get 100,000. That's right, we want to get back the merit that originally belonged to us. After that, Su Ping turned around and said, "Don't rush to make a judgment." Su Ping looked towards the Wild Wolf team and said, "Keep listening." Those who had experience in the Wild Wolf team couldn't help but look down on the intern students. New recruits, don't think that you're great just because you killed a few fierce beasts. Isn't it natural to kill fierce beasts and earn merit? The team leader said coldly, "If we're talking about killing fierce beasts, then everyone who's standing in front of you here has the strength to solve those fierce beasts. This time, the harvest is very rich, but don't forget how you got back here. Reconnaissance, command, treatment, logistics, which of these did you do? If you've chosen to join the team, then naturally we will bear the danger for you. Even if you're injured, you'll be compensated a large amount of money. That also means that you're no longer fighting alone. Every benefit that you receive from killing fierce beasts will have to be shared with those who put in the effort. If you're dissatisfied with the current income, then everyone can go pioneering on their own. Reality will tell you that everything has its value. The crowd, hearing this, was silent. Su Lingyu also didn't ask any more questions. It seemed that she now had her own way of thinking and didn't intend to step forward to protect those new people anymore. Su Ping was secretly happy. This girl has always hated those who are bad-tempered and strong. Although that's not a bad thing, before she has absolute strength, it's easy to make mistakes in the wilderness area. It's good to be able to temper her personality. After that, Su Ping turned around and left, saying, "What are you two standing there for? The road you have to walk is 100 times harder. Quickly exchange the merit for star coins and go to the store for nurturing. There's only 1 month left until the competition. During the next period of time, I'll take you to the wilderness area to earn money like crazy. As for whether you can be at the top of the spending list, it depends on you two." Su Lingyu immediately regained her spirits. In her eyes, she revealed a look of firm will and determination. In the following days, she devoted all her efforts to the competition. Every day, she brought her pets for nurturing. Xu Kwang also used star coins to buy all kinds of nurturing essences for his pets. Thus, every week, Su Ping took them to the wilderness area to hunt fierce beasts like crazy. At first, Su Kwang and Su Lingyu were only ranked 9th and 10th on the spending list. A few weeks after going to the wilderness area, Su Lingyu also rose to 5th place and Xu Kwang was 6th. Their strength increased very clearly. Finally, the day came to announce the results. Su Ping announced to everyone, "Tomorrow is the opening day of the competition, the end date of the store's spending list. We have confirmed the champion being recommended." Everyone was in an uproar, not knowing who the person was. A man smiled sinisterly. "Little rascal is finally willing to release the list. I want this person's name to be spread throughout the city in one day. That old Joe can't win against you. I don't believe that even the 4 great families can beat you." The 2 people kneeling below, hearing this, said, "Is this the person who wants to compete for first place with us? What a joke, you brainless idiot. You just want to try a few moves right now, huh?" Then he continued to ask, "Patriarch, if we meet this person in the inner rounds, can we just kill them? Is there a problem with that?" The person he was referring to was Su Lingyu, who was at the top of the spending list. That day, the girl appeared on all the news pages, all of which were hot news. The Extraordinary Pet Store recommends a participant in the Elite Tournament. The 52nd Global Elite Tournament has officially opened. The first is the official preliminary round. May I have your permission to begin? The audience was very excited. Everyone wanted the tournament to start quickly. A pervert shouted, "Great! I'm about to see a scene of blood flowing like a river." But that also showed the danger in the tournament. The tournament began. The host announced, "Please invite the contestants to enter the arena." Because there were so many contestants participating in the competition, the preliminary round would be divided into 30 arenas, competing in parallel. In this round, pairs would be selected from 1,000 participants. As soon as the MC announced the start, all the entrances were closed and the protective shield of the stands was also erected. Very quickly, they opened the curtain of the match. From above the arena, a large metal box appeared. The metal box opened and a swarm of giant wasps flew out, causing everyone to be shocked. Among the contestants, they recognized that this was the illusionary leaf wasp with rank 5 combat power, known for being vicious and difficult to catch. Next, the MC's voice rang out. He said, "The theme of the competition for this preliminary round is these 7 wasps. As long as anyone is stung by them, that person will fall into a state of coma. For 6 hours, both the participants and the viewers were screaming. The contestants who had just entered were being chased around the arena by the wasps. 6 hours, even if we signed a death contract, you can't play like this. This isn't a competition. It's choosing 1,000 lucky contestants to take their lives. I'm not competing anymore, Mom. I want to go home." Saying this, the MC then allowed them to summon their pets. Dong Mingsong, standing outside, stroked his beard and slowly commented, "This year's competition is much harder than last year." However, this level of difficulty is just child's play for Lu Fengchen of Sword Scion. The vice principal of Sword Scion Academy, Zhou Yanchen, crossed his arms, closed his eyes, and said indifferently with a humble expression, "Yi Hao, who you wholeheartedly nurture, is also very good." Dong Mingsong continued to nod, treating Su Ping, who was sitting in the middle, as if he were invisible. It's all the same, however. Professor Su's younger sister, Su Lingyu, is the focus of today's competition. Zhou Yanchen turned to ask Su Ping, "Teacher Su, after the last exchange competition, your heroic demeanor is still lingering in the hearts of the teachers and students of Sword Scion. We admire you like the rolling Yangtze River. May I ask if you're interested in coming to our school to take on the position of Golden Advisor? Whatever Phoenix Mountain pays, we'll pay 5 times as much." Dong Mingsong, hearing this, immediately jumped up, his eyes flashing with fire. "Hey, you're poaching people in front of me. Do you think I'm dead? Teacher Su is so talented. It would be a waste to be a guiding teacher at your place. Don't even talk about it." I'm preparing to promote Teacher Su. Su Ping, sitting in the middle, was extremely tired of hearing this. He said embarrassedly to Dong Mingsong, "I've been a little busy lately and haven't been teaching for a long time. I also often use my relationship with the school to borrow cultivation materials. Now, my position as a guiding teacher must be rated poorly." Dong Mingsong crossed his arms in front of his chest and laughed loudly. "With me here, who would dare to deduct your points?" He glanced at Su Ping, probing, "Teacher Su, I heard that you suppressed the entire Zhou family alone. With your strategy guarding us, even if you don't go to teach, you're still a solid foundation for us at Phoenix Mountain to rely on. Plus, many students have come to your store for training, reflecting that their pets have been upgraded a lot. Fortunately, we have your store, so our teachers' KPs have grown quickly without having to struggle so much. Therefore, I plan to promote you to the director of the training department, nurturing our Phoenix Mountain. Although it's just a new department, half of the school's resources can be used at will. You don't usually need to attend classes, just take on the job of nurturing the pets of the entire school. What do you think, Teacher Su?" Su Ping immediately revealed a treacherous smile, as if he had immediately pointed down and said, "I don't want to hear anything other than things about the competition now. We'll talk about other things later." Zhou Yanchen looked at the two of them, having already reached an agreement with just their eyes, and he gnashed his teeth in anger. That damn fox spirit. In order to shake Teacher Su's mind, he didn't hesitate to give up the rights of half the school. Is there any professional ethics left? If I had known earlier, I would have taken the first step and done that. At this moment, BMC's voice rang out again. Are the contestants ready? Now, anyone who gives up the right to compete will be escorted out by our lovely staff. By the way, please be reminded that if you injure these flower and grass staff, you will also be disqualified from the competition. As soon as the order to start was given, those demon wasps immediately shot out their sharp needles, and from them, they also shot out a rather strong black gas. It was like a laser beam. These wasps didn't need to fly close to sting. They just needed to shoot their laser beam, and the contestants would be lightly scratched or heavily punctured. As soon as the wasps attacked, hundreds of people fell, losing consciousness and no longer able to fight. The host, looking at the situation, couldn't help but comment, unexpectedly, someone has already been eliminated so quickly. It seems that this competition will also be very dramatic. Those who were stunned unconscious by the wasps were carried out in pairs by the flower and grass staff. Su Lingyu had only relied on her agile movements to avoid the attacks without counter-attacking. She was dodging while thinking. Most of the participants are at rank 4, and only a few are at rank 5 or rank 6, which can be counted on one hand. But even if there are rank 7 masters here, it would be difficult to withstand 6 hours of attacks from them. With such a dense swarm of wasps, it's impossible to eliminate them by force. She suddenly revealed a smile. That means this match doesn't test combat power, but something else. While Su Lingyu was focused on dodging the wasps, not far away, there were 3 people staring at her. All 3 of these people were from the Tang family. They looked at her and smiled sinisterly, especially the green-haired one in the middle. He said, "That's the girl who wants to compete for the championship with our young master. She really doesn't know her own strength. Let's give her a taste." While being chased by the swarm of wasps, Su Lingyu jumped to the side of the flower and grasped medical staff to see what would happen. Because wasps like flowers and fruits, as expected, the swarm of wasps didn't chase after her anymore, but ignored her. They stopped right in the sky above the medical staff. She was secretly happy in her heart, thinking, these wasps probably don't see the flower staff as enemies, so they don't attack them. Now, there will be two situations. One is that someone has the ability to use the power to control pets within a certain range to adjust the movement of the swarm of wasps. The second is that the body of the flower staff has something that prevents the swarm of wasps from attacking it. If it's the first situation, then I can use the power of the entire arena to see who that person is, but she still didn't see anyone. Just as she was focusing on how to deal with the swarm of wasps, the 3 Tang family members from before took out hidden weapons and shot them at her from behind. At this moment, Su Lingyu suddenly remembered the rule of prohibiting harm to the flower and grass that she had read before. Because she was too focused, she didn't notice the hidden weapons flying towards her. Dong Mingsong and Zhou Yunshan, seeing this, also broke out in a cold sweat. Not good. Those are the Tang family's unique hidden weapons. There are all kinds of bow letter seeds, golden poison silver pellets, and heart-piercing liver-rotting needles. It's said that these 3 kinds of hidden weapons are incomparably poisonous, enough to kill a rank 6 person on the spot. The 2 old men were worried, but Su Ping was still calmly observing. As for Su Lingyu, when the hidden weapons were close, she immediately leaned over to dodge these hidden weapons. Then, she turned around, her eyes seemingly emitting killing intent. She quickly identified the location of those who had attacked her. Behind her, she kicked her leg up, using the Tang family's secret technique, kicking the 3 hidden weapons back towards the 3 attackers. Each hidden weapon hit 1 person. They were extremely frightened, not believing that Su Lingyu knew this move. At the same time, the MC's voice rang out. It seems that 3 Tang family contestants have been stung by wasps and failed in the preliminary round. What a pity. Su Lingyu continued to open her eyes wide, glancing around, thinking, somewhere in this arena, there must be a secret treasure that resists wasps. If I can find it, I will definitely be able to pass this round. The wasps were getting more and more numerous. They flew around the contestants, and then they heard a hissing sound. They spat out several poisonous needles at the contestants running in the arena. Everyone was trying their best to resist. A young man summoned a frog, the flame armor worm, and ordered it to use the blazing wall to burn all the wasps to death, while creating a circle of fire around both of them to protect him and his master. Seeing this, the people nearby recognized that it was a rank 6 pet, the blazing wall. It's too dangerous outside. Please let us into the circle with you. The frog, hearing this, laughed and said, that can't happen. I'm not stupid. This is the preliminary round. If I save you, what if I get eliminated? I guarantee I won't attack you. Save me. The frog's master thought, maybe I should always insist on going to my boss for training, otherwise, I'm afraid I'll be like them. On the other side, someone was also using a blade to slash at the wasps, causing them to explode. Su Lingyu was still running away from the swarm of wasps. She thought, I've already turned the entire arena upside down, but I still can't find the wasp-repelling secret treasure anywhere. Could it be hidden in the swarm of wasps? If it's hidden on the body of the illusionary leaf wasp, then I can use astral energy to sense it. Su Lingyu closed her eyes, observing each one in the swarm. 1 wasp corresponds to 1 contestant. Suddenly, she realized that there was one that was different from the other wasps. That's it, she had confirmed the target. She then used her rank 5 energy to increase her speed. The ground under her feet was crushed because of the excessive force. She flew as fast as lightning towards